your shame, you know you wear it inside. Run away with all your lies, run away in your disguise, you know you don't fool me. You blame me for your boredom, you blame me for your pain.
Well, hello and welcome back to Paul Mash TV. I'm Paul Mash, of course, and we want to thank you for joining us. And your feedback has been more phenomenal than ever, and we appreciate that. And it's not too late for you to do the same. Just email me at capital P, lowercase mashtv, all one word, at gmail.com. And go to facebook.com/PaulMashTV. Sure to like the page. Go to instagram.com/PaulMashTVofficial. Follow me there. And as always, there's that subscribe button right there if you're watching this on YouTube right now. So click that and you'll keep up to date with all the latest episodes. And we hope to hear from you there. And as always, we have a closing credit screen. So if you missed anything that I just said right there, feel free to check that out and write it down and give us email us and contact us any way you can there, and we'll be glad to hear from you. Right now we have Dustin Thomas from Rockford, Illinois, and he's another excellent musician that we got for you. And so we'll be able to check that out in just a moment. But first, here's a commercial from Click Jam. So don't go away.
Jam all around the world.
One thing I can't do is disappoint my fans. All the people around the world come and join the band. I said I'm happy as I ever been when all the music comes together and it starts to blend.
All around the world.
All over the globe.
Well, hello everybody, and time for another interview. And with us from Rockford, Illinois, please welcome Dustin Thomas. Thanks for joining us, Dustin.
Hey guys, thank you for having me, Paul.
Yeah, no problem. I guess the first question I like to ask everybody is, because everybody has their own story on their, on their answer, and that's why I want to ask you this question. Why don't you tell me the reason why you wanted to become a musician? I mean, have you always wanted to become a musician? Did it just kind of fall into place that way? Maybe you can tell me in your own words, though.
Well, when I was a very young lad, probably about 6, 7 years old, my grandma, she's always sang in the house, and it's always been a special thing. She'd come and she'd sing and she would light up a room. And I've always been like, oh, I love that, like I want to do that. And I kept telling my mom, like, I want to go to the fair and sing with grandma, and they finally got me set up with a radio station. And grandma, because she would always sing at these Country Comes Home shows and the Colgate Country Showdowns. I'm sure you've heard of those. And they finally got me set up with the radio station, and then I went to the fair, and then we started practicing, and they're like, okay, yeah, he's good enough. We'll do the whole country showdown. So I did that a few years. I think I sang with my grandma a few of her Country Comes Home shows. I'd always follow her to her jamboree shows because she was in a jamboree. She traveled from Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, so that's always been a thing. It's in my blood. Just always loved it ever since I was little. I got into some dark times when I was little, and I kind of let it go for a while just because everything was going on. And I came back to it about 16. My uncle got me a guitar, and I just was like, this is amazing. Like, everything that I'm thinking is going on in my head, like I could just release. And not care about anymore because I've got music. And music's gotten me through so many dark times, and it continues to do so. And some of my music might seem kind of dark to some people, but that's because I was going through something dark, or like a lot of my songs are written about, here I'm just going on now about something else now. But a lot of my songs are just written about my life. I try to stick to that mainly. So yeah, mainly my grandmother's influence and an escape hatch, I guess, if you will.
Hmm. Okay. Well, that's a good story there. You just mentioned the word about your grandmother's, influence you and whatever. What would you be your mainstream influences, like the popular bands? Or are there any bands that stick out in your mind?
Well, I always used to listen to Queen.
Hmm.
Growing up, Elton John is a huge influence. Even some like rock and country, because my grandma, she was like the whole Loretta Lynn, Garth Brooks kind of thing. And my uncles, at the same time, were living in the same household, and they were like Kiss, Megadeth, Nazareth. I was listening to all this, two different complete genres, and I think that helped me a lot. And U2, Beastie Boys, Beck, like I've listened to so much music growing up. So many different, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, the Wallflowers, so many different ones. The Cranberries, huge influence there. I don't know, I just always knew I wanted to do it. I didn't know how, or I didn't know when, and I just kept doing it and kept doing it. And here I am. I'm recording songs and putting a song out every month, every 2 months now.
Okay, yeah, most of those bands I've really enjoyed. You mentioned some pretty good ones there. You were just mentioning recording your music. Have you had any chance to do any albums currently, or are you planning on doing it in the future? Maybe you could let us know about that.
I have a CD that I did. It was mainly like my first really good demo CD. I did an Indiegogo and raised $2,000 in 1 month to get that done. So that song's got about 3 songs on it. It's got my song Alice, Flawless, and Never Looking Back, which is the one you'll be playing, I guess. I haven't had a chance to do a full-fledged commercial album yet. I guess I'm still working on that. But you're never too old to, like, you can keep going and keep going and keep going. As long as you love something, you'll get it eventually. So I feel like that it's going to happen eventually.
Okay, well, that's good. And again, a moment ago, you mentioned Never Looking Back, and again, that's the song we'll be watching in just a minute here. Is there a story behind that song?
Yeah, it was like, I guess, one of my relationships I was in. I thought it was just going to be the most amazing relationship in my life, and it was going to be the one I was going to marry, and all this blah blah blah. And I wrote it feeling with that feeling in it, never looking back, because this is going to be the best thing ever. And the funny thing is, it turned out to be a breakup anthem as well. Never looking back, like. So it was the beginning of a relationship anthem, which also turned into a breakup anthem. So but basically it's just like, do you keep doing what you love, and never look back, and just keep going forward.
Okay. Well, I think that's about all we really need for now, Dustin. But we do appreciate you being on the show, and you know, if you ever want to come back and plug something new, we'd love to have you.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Paul.
Yeah, no problem. And we'll get right to the song here, and that's "Never Looking Back" from Dustin Thomas, right here on Paul Mash TV. Don't go away.
It's a beautiful day and you feel like driving. You got a broken heart and you can't stop crying. You fall off a mountain and you keep on climbing till you reach the top. Driving to the future with your past in the rear view, trying not to laugh, but it's all that you can really do. The trials of this life never cease to amaze you. They're never gonna stop. I know, baby, he hurt you. Please know I'm not that guy. Hop in, let's take a ride. Let me know if you're going my way. I can show you love you ain't never gonna find again. Two heads are better than one, and we're looking straight ahead. All alone on this empty highway, we can make love, maybe find a little hideaway. I'll laugh and you'll call me crazy. It's a beautiful life and we're never looking back again. Oh yeah, beautiful life and we're never looking back again. If you're looking for a getaway, baby, take my number. It's gonna get hotter than this hell of a summer. Drive on down to Cali at the beach if you wanna. We can take our time. Then we'll head on down to Hollywood, babe, I'll take your picture. Show the world your halo, cause you know heaven sent shine. Let me know if you're going my way. I can show you love you ain't never gonna find again. Two heads are better than one, and we're looking straight ahead. All alone on this empty highway, we can make love, maybe find a little hideaway. I'll laugh and you'll call me crazy. It's a beautiful life and we're never looking back again. Oh yeah, beautiful life and we're never looking back again. Need somebody to whisper in your ear